Good afternoon, everybody. I call to order this hearing of the Senate Judiciary Subcommittee on Immigration, Citizenship, and Border Safety. I want to thank you all for joining us this afternoon, and we expect in a few minutes that we'll be joined by Ranking Member Senator Cornyn. And I wanted to thank him and his team once again, his staff, for working in such close partnership with my office to make this hearing possible. As you've seen on our agenda, the theme of this hearing is strengthening our workforce and economy through higher education and immigration. And we will be discussing specifically the impact of immigration and higher education on America's workforce and our economy. And I'd like to emphasize that the hearing couldn't come at a more timely moment. Tomorrow marks the 10-year anniversary of the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, also known as DACA. Now, DACA has helped hundreds of thousands of young immigrants pursue their dreams, their American dreams, while contributing to their communities and strengthening our economy. But from day one, DACA was never intended as a permanent solution, and it has left hundreds of thousands of young people and their families in limbo. We urgently need to expand DACA and codify permanent protections for dreamers into federal law. As families across America know all too well, we're also facing historic levels of inflation. As families are feeling the impact of higher prices at the gas pump, at the grocery store, rising costs for rent and medical care, I can't help but listen to business leaders and economists who agree that a significant contributor to inflation is America's labor shortage. We simply don't have the workforce needed to meet the demands of our growing economy. And that demand will continue to grow in the coming decade, especially in the STEM fields of science, technology, engineering, and math. In order to maintain a healthy and competitive workforce, we must both foster the talent of young Americans and do more to attract and retain the best and brightest minds from around the world. And that begins with addressing immigration policy for college and university students. Now, the United States has long been a global leader in higher education. Students from around the world dream of coming to the United States to pursue advanced degrees. Many hope not just to find work here, but to start their own companies following graduation. The reality is, though, that too many are turned away from that dream by restrictive immigration policies that limit their time and options in the United States. For instance, under current law, international students who want to secure a student visa must prove that they have no intention of staying in the United States after they graduate. That policy needlessly turns away potential students who want the chance to give back by contributing to the economy in the place where they've earned their degrees. It also shuts out refugee students who have no home to return to. At colleges and universities across our country, enrollment of international students is falling. Potential international students are increasingly questioning whether it is worth it to come and study in the United States if there's no path for them to stay and to work after graduation. Meanwhile, other countries who compete with us for economic and political leadership are making it more attractive for international students to come to their universities and stay after graduation. They're more than eager to recruit the students who are no longer coming to the United States. And why wouldn't they be? We've spent a lot of time in this Congress talking about U.S. competition policy. Immigration and education have been key elements of America's competitive edge. And we are now losing that edge by failing to update our immigration laws. We're also leaving behind hundreds of thousands of immigrant students, both documented and undocumented, who are already home in the United States, yet can't pursue the same opportunities as their peers who are citizens. Again, tomorrow is the 10-year anniversary of DACA, a vital program that has enabled many of these young people to study, to work, and to make their lives here in the United States. People like Dr. Dalia Larios, who will be joining us today as a witness. Now, DACA enabled her to achieve her dream of attending medical school, and today she cares for cancer patients as a resident in the Harvard Radiation Oncology Program. But she and hundreds of thousands of other DACA recipients still face roadblocks and uncertainty based on their immigration status. They live in constant fear of DACA ending. And because of congressional inaction and the numerous legal challenges to DACA, the majority of today's undocumented high school graduates can't even benefit from DACA's protections. That means no authorization to hold a job or chance to get a driver's license. It means potentially being shut out of college or being ineligible for financial aid. When promising students like Dr. Larios are pushed into the shadows, we all lose. Congress must pass a legislative solution for dreamers so more students can earn their degrees and join our workforce. Our economy needs the talents and passion of immigrant youth. That's why immigration reform in higher education is a bipartisan issue and a top priority for America's business community. I'm committed to finding a path forward, and I look forward to hearing from today's witnesses and taking action for immigrant students. Now I'd like to acknowledge and turn to Ranking Member Cornyn for his opening remarks.